What's up YouTube? This is Elevated Rider. Today I'm going to be changing out my plugs on my 07 R6. Warm weather is pretty much here, so I figured it'd be a good time to change them out and then also do a full maintenance on my bike. If you don't know, the spark plugs on this, they're underneath the tank pretty much. So I'm going to have to remove the tank fairings and lift up the tank a little bit and just move it out of the way. You don't have to necessarily remove the tank, but I'm pretty sure it'd make it easier. I've done it in the past, but just lifting up the tank and carefully not breaking fuel lines and stuff. So I'm gonna remove the tank fairings and show you guys where to start. One thing I forgot to mention is you obviously have to start out with removing the seat. Just the 2 bolts right here pretty much, so I can zoom in on that. There's a bolt just pretty much right here, and that's the one that holds the seat down on that side, and there's another one on the other end. But I've already pulled the bolts off. Now I'm going to remove that screw right there, and there's one on the other side to start removing the tank fairings. Once you loosen the screw here, just remember that the tank fairing just slides this way, so it goes forward and then up. So don't try to pry it or anything, or else you'll break the little tabs on here. Same thing for the other side. Okay, once you remove the tank fairings, next we're gonna remove this bolt right here. That way we can get this front cover out of the way. Also, you've got one more here. And there's one on the other side too. So go ahead and remove that bolt. Or the screw, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to start loosening the gas tank itself, which is this bolt here. And there's one on the other side. And then the mounting bracket here. There should be 4 bolts in total, but I'm missing one. So I got one on this side and then 2 on the other side. And you're gonna have to loosen this guy here too. Okay, so what I did was just remove that bolt, the one on the other side, and I've loosened this bolt right here. So now you should be pretty much able to pry open the tank, or lift up the tank, sorry, just like that. So once you lift the tank up, you're gonna lift it up as high as you can, and then I just slid this 2x4 that goes across, and that's what's holding the tank up right now, as you can see. Just make sure when you do this to not pinch any fuel lines or anything like that. So make sure you're not pinching any wires, or it's not against the fuel pump and stuff. So the reason why you want to lift up the tank, it's so that way you can hold it up and you have room to do the plug and stuff. I'm gonna change out my air filter while I'm at it. So the air filter just sits right in here. Just got to remove all these screws here. Alright, so I just removed all the 8 screws that hold this cover here. And like that, you have access to your air filter. It's just right here. And that requires you to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 bolts. Or screws, sorry. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so just remove those 5 screws. Alright, so I removed the air filter. It was just sitting right here. Now next you're going to want to remove these bolts down here. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, and they're the ones that hold down the throttle body cover, whatever plastic thing that goes around them. And that's actually going to remove this whole top, this whole piece right here, this whole airbox housing, which I've already removed, by the way. Okay, and then to help you give you more room to move this airbox housing out of the way, there's this fuel quick disconnect here. See this orange tab right here? You just gotta pull it out. Pulls out this way, and just kind of lift it and move it out of the way. Then you're gonna feel a gray tab on the side, right over here. And you're gonna wanna push that little tab in, and then that'll help you free up this box from the line. That way you don't have to worry about breaking it and stuff. And as you lift this up, do keep in mind gas will come out. So that's why I have little some shop towels here to catch any excess fuel. So yeah, now it just made kind of a mess here, but it's okay. That's why I place those rags down there. Also, I'm not sure if I forgot to mention, but I did remove this connector right here. And that one just sits on top. That way I don't have to worry about breaking that either. Also, we got to remove this hose clamp here. That way I can move this out of the way even a little bit more. Let me grab a plier really quick. Now it's time to remove this cover that's right here. I've pretty much removed it already. And it's just this one here. All you got to do is just go underneath this bar right here. I don't know if you can see my hand there. Try to zoom in a little bit so I can better explain this. Okay, so you're going to want to go underneath. Right? And then you see these little plastic tabs. You're just going to want to push them. Same thing with that one. Push them in. And then there's this metal bracket here metal bracket here that just slides in there. So metal bracket there. Just move it to your right. And that one just slides inside in here. And then it'll just rest on that hole there. Next on the list, you have to remove this. I think it's like a idle air control valve maybe. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll look it up and I'll post it on here. So you have to remove that air, hose clamp there. There's one. And then there's another one down here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the hose clamp right there and the other one. Those two. And that's it, I believe. Because underneath that, that's where the ignition coils sit, underneath that crap. So you gotta remove that out of the way. You're almost there. Let's see if I can focus on one of the coils. I can see it from here. The ignition coils, that is. It's pretty much that clear yellowish round thing you see there. That's one of the coils. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it and then I can better maybe explain it better. Alright, so I've already pulled out the part, the two hose clamps. And if this looks familiar, you already pulled this one out earlier. It's the one that sits on the air box. Right there, pretty much. Just right here. In case you're wondering what the long hose is. Alright, so there's one of the ignition coils. What you want to do is just go ahead, grab it, and slowly just kind of twist it back and forth. And also you're going to have to really muscle them out because I don't know what it is, but they just pretty much feel like almost impossible to pull out. So just take your time and just twist, pull, and that should work, and just muscle them out like I said. So I'm going to pull mine out, but probably need both my hands maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, to pull out the plugs you just need a 5/8 spark plug socket. And you're going to need, or it's going to make the job a lot easier if you have one of these like flexible extensions. I picked this one up at an AutoZone. The problem is the ones on the far left and far right, they're a pain in the ass to get them out, just because the spacing there, like you have room to stick a socket and an extension, but then you don't have any room for a ratchet. So that's the whole reason why I use a flexible extension. These are pretty cheap, so I just picked it up at an AutoZone like I said. Or you could probably use one of those U-joint sockets or extensions or whatever, but that should probably work too. Alright, so what I've done is just add a few more extensions. That way I've got more than plenty of room to use my ratchet here. So I've already loosened it and stuff, so just showing you guys how to make the job a little bit easier. Okay, so there's my spark plug. Looks like it's been burning fine. There's no oil or crap on it, so that's what it looks like. I'll post the part number of the spark plug in the description box, so, and along with the air filter part number. I just always use just a factory one, so I don't see the point in spending extra money on a K&N or BNC one when I don't even have a power commander and stuff. Yep, that's it. Alright, this is my new spark plug. Down at the bottom I've added some dielectric grease for so it doesn't corrode and it gets any moisture out, and I added some anti-seize on the threads. That way it doesn't seize up when I pull it out next time and causing you to break your spark plug. And now it's a whole nother mess in there. So yeah. Alright, so now I already threaded in my spark plug back in the engine, and I've already put in the ignition coil back in. So now when you put it in, you drop it in the hole back, and then you should be hearing a popping noise. And see, I'm going to push it down all the way, and you'll hear it. Hopefully the mic will pick it up. I have to move this out of the way a little bit. Okay, so make sure you press it all the way down, and you'll hear a little kind of click type feel noise. And that's pretty much it. One quick tip when you're removing these, make sure you do one at a time. You don't want to pull all the coils out. And then when it's time to put them back, you won't know which is which. Although I really doubt you can maybe screw up on this one, but just a little fun tip. Or unless you like label them, you know. But yeah. All right, so I just already swapped out all my plugs. There's new ones in there now. Now I'm pretty much ready to put everything back together. And that's pretty much it as far as the spark plug change. Alright, so I got everything back on. I'm just going to turn the bike and make sure everything's okay. So it looks like everything's fine. Yeah, it's pretty simple actually. I'll ride it around later, so just to make sure everything's okay. So seems like it should be fine. But that pretty much ends the video. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to help you out. So thanks for watching. See ya.